laying the foundations for a regular conversation. Former Chinese President Jiang Zemin meets his US counterpart George W. Bush for the first time in 2001. 5 years later, the two sides held their first strategic economic dialogue. Under Hu Jintao and Barack Obama, the dialogue became strategic and economic. They recognized that in addition to trade, the world's two biggest economies needed to address terrorism, climate change, and nuclear weapons.
The relationship between the United States and China will shape the 21st century, which makes it as important as any bilateral relationship in the world.
Now, Chinese President Xi Jinping
we are beginning a good personal friendship.
And US President Donald Trump
we look forward to being together many times in the future.
Are continuing this conversation under the comprehensive economic dialogue. At their first summit, they set a 100-day deadline to resolve a list of contentious topics, ranging from a resumption of trade in banned food imports and exports to giving US credit card companies more access to the Chinese market.
Use the chip, right? Yes, correct.
So what other benefits have more than 10 years of talks achieved? Well, one agreement led to a huge growth in the number of non-stop direct flights between these two countries. Back in 2006, just under 3 million passengers per year were traveling from China to the US. By the end of last year, that number was 7.5 million. But some say the Xi-Trump relationship has cooled over the Korean Peninsula crisis. And there are continued trade flashpoints. Trump blames China for not importing enough American products and services, leading to a growing trade deficit. Some experts don't expect a rebalancing anytime soon.
I'm not very optimistic that we will make headway over issues like the bilateral trade deficit very quickly. But over the course of a president's 4-year or, of course, even 8-year term, it is possible that the dynamics can change, that the Chinese can be convinced to take steps, particularly opening up sectors in their economy that have been closed to foreign businessmen.
While tensions are likely to persist, this dialogue has continued across 3 Chinese and US presidencies, a tacit recognition that these two countries ultimately need each other. Owen Fairclough, CGTN, Washington.